Good morning. Let's discuss some transactions here. Nothing is new. Only I am explaining you with the help of a chart. Preparing this chart is not compulsory, but for better understanding I have prepared a chart. Here some transactions are given. This column is for accounts involved. This column is for nature of account. This is for effect, that is increase or decrease, and this is for debit and credit. Okay, so let's start. First transaction: started business with cash rupees 2 lakhs. We know which accounts are involved in this transaction. One account will be cash account and second account will be capital account. So cash and capital. Okay, now the nature of account: cash is asset and capital is capital. Okay, now effect: when we start business with cash, that is when we start business by investing cash into that business, from the point of view of business, cash increases. Okay, so increases, and capital also increases here. Now use the rules of modern approach. First rule for asset: if there is increase in asset, it should be debited. So here we will write debit. And capital account: there is increase in capital, and second rule says that if there will be increase in capital, that account should be credited. So credit. It means in this transaction, cash account is debited and capital account is credited. Okay, now the second transaction: purchase goods rupees 60,000. Here two accounts will be involved. As we are purchasing goods, one account will be purchases account, and this is a cash transaction as party's name is not given, so second account will be cash account. So purchases account and cash. Okay, when we purchase goods, we spend money, that is cash. So purchases are our expenses and cash is our asset. So first rule for both the accounts: first rule says that if there is increase in asset, expenses and losses, it will be debited, and if there is decrease, they will be credited. Here when we purchase goods, our expenses will increase and our asset, that is cash, will decrease as we are making the payment. Okay, so if increase in expenses, it should be debited, and if there is decrease in asset, it should be credited. So purchases account will be debited by rupees 60,000 and cash account will be credited by rupees 60,000. This is the meaning of this solution. Okay, now the next transaction: purchase goods from Nakul rupees 80,000 on credit. This is a credit transaction as it is straightly mentioned here, but even though only party's name is given and for cash words will not be there, this will be the credit transaction only. So this is a credit transaction. When we purchase goods, we have to use purchases account. फक्त गुड्स परचेस करताना आपल्याला पर्चेसेस अकाउंट वापरायचं आहे. ज्यावेळेला आपण ॲसेट परचेस करतो त्यावेळेला आपण कॅश देतो आणि ॲसेट घेतो, त्यामुळे ॲसेट अकाउंट येतो, पर्चेसेस अकाउंट येत नाही. ओनली फॉर पर्चेस ऑफ गुड्स there will be purchases account. So here one account will be purchases account and second account will be Nakul's account. So purchases account and Nakul. Okay. Now purchases are our expenses and Nakul is our creditor, that is our liability, because the amount is payable to Nakul in future. Here when we purchase goods, our expenses will increase. Now I will show by this sign, increase, and our liability also will increase because the amount is payable to Nakul. So expenses increases, liability also increases. Okay, now let's decide debit and credit. First rule for purchases account and second rule for Nakul's account. Okay, first rule, when there is increase in expenses, account should be debited, so debit. And when there is increase in liability, account will be credited by the second rule, so purchases account will be debited and Nakul's account will be credited here. Okay, now next transaction, sold goods rupees 20,000. This is a cash transaction, so two accounts will be involved here, that is sales account and cash account. So cash and sales. Cash is our asset and sales is our revenue, that is income. When we sell goods, our cash will increase and our income will also increase. Now first rule for cash account and second rule for sales account. First rule, if there is increase in asset, it should be debited, and if there is increase in income, it should be credited. Okay, next transaction now, sold goods to Bhushan rupees 30,000. See, in this transaction on credit these words are not mentioned, but this transaction is credit transaction because it is the entry of sale, party's name is given here, and for cash words are not there, so this is a credit transaction. Understood? So two accounts will be involved in this transaction, that is sales account and Bhushan's account. As it is a credit transaction, we have to mention party's name, so Bhushan and sales. Okay, now as we are selling goods to Bhushan on credit, he is our debtor and debtor is our asset because amount is receivable from Bhushan. Sales will be our income, so income. Now we will decide increase and decrease. When we sell goods, our debtors, that is our asset, will increase because amount is receivable from debtor, that is Bhushan, and our income will also increase. Now the first rule for Bhushan's account and second rule as it is income for sales account. When we sold goods to Bhushan on credit, our debtors, that is our asset, will increase, and the rule says that increase in asset should be debited. And second rule says that if there is increase in income, it should be credited. So Bhushan's account will be debited by rupees 30,000 and sales account will be credited by rupees 30,000. Understood? Next entry now, paid salary rupees 10,000. So two accounts are involved here, salary account and cash account. Now Salary, as we are paying salary, it is our expense. As a owner of a business, expenses, salaries are our expenses always, because we pay salary to our staff. And cash is asset. Now when we pay salary, our expenses increase and our asset will decrease. For both the accounts, we have to follow first rule. First rule says that if there is increase in asset, expenses, losses, it should be debited. The account should be debited. So here salary account will be debited, and if there is decrease in asset, account should be credited. So in this transaction, salary account will be debited by rupees 10,000 and cash account will be credited by rupees 10,000. Okay. Next entry now. Paid cash to Nakul rupees 50,000. See here, we have purchased goods from Nakul on credit rupees 80,000. So amount payable was rupees 80,000. Here we are making part payment to him. The difference between 50,000 and 80,000 will be 30,000. It is not discount, because the words full settlement are not here. Okay. आणि 80,000च्या गुड्स परचेस केल्यावर फक्त 50,000 पेड करून आपण 30,000 डिस्काउंट आहे असं म्हणू शकत नाही. दिस इज ए कॉमन सेन्स. ओके. सो वी आर मेकिंग पार्ट पेमेंट टू नकुल. As we are making payment to Nakul, one account involved will be Nakul and other account will be cash. Now Nakul was our liability and cash is our asset. Here, as we are paying cash to Nakul, our liability of rupees 80,000 was decreasing by rupees 50,000. So it decreases, and our asset also decreases as we are paying cash to Nakul. Now second rule for Nakul's account, as it is liability, and first rule for cash account. Second rule says that if there is decrease in liability, account should be debited, and if there is decrease in asset, account should be credited according to second rule. So here Nakul's account will be debited by rupees 50,000 and cash account will be credited by rupees 50,000. Okay. Now the next transaction. Received from Bhushan rupees 28,000 in full settlement. Here we have sold goods to Bhushan rupees 30,000, and now they told us that received from Bhushan rupees 28,000 in full settlement. It means the words full settlement are given here, and the transaction was of rupees 30,000 between Bhushan and us, and now we are receiving 28,000 from Bhushan in full settlement. It means Bhushan has taken discount of rupees 2,000 in this transaction. So there will be 3 accounts involved. As we are receiving cash, one account will be cash account. As we are giving discount to Bhushan worth rupees 2,000, second account will be discount account, and we are receiving cash from Bhushan, so third account will be Bhushan's account. Understood? Now cash is our asset. Discount, as we are receiving rupees 28,000 only instead of this rupees 30,000, this 2,000 rupees discount given to Bhushan will be our loss. So loss. And now Bhushan was our debtor, that is our asset. Here, as we are receiving cash, our cash increases. Due to this transaction, as we are receiving rupees 28,000 only from Bhushan, our loss also increases. and our debtors will decrease because he is paying rupees 28,000 in full settlement, so debtors will be nil. म्हणजे भूषणनी 30,000च्या ऐवजी 28,000 देऊन आपला अकाउंट सेटल केला आहे. 2,000 रुपये आपल्याला डिस्काउंट द्यायला लागला आहे त्याला. सो डेटर्सकडून अमाऊंट रिसिवेबल जी असेल ती नील होईल आता. ओके. नाव डेबिट अँड क्रेडिट. ॲज अवर ॲसेट इन्क्रीजेस कॅश अकाउंट विल बी डेबिटेड. As our loss increases, discount account also will be debited, and Bhushan's account, as our asset decreases, Bhushan's account will be credited. So in this transaction, cash account will be debited by rupees 28,000, that is amount received. Discount account will be debited by rupees 2,000, which is our loss, and Bhushan's account will be credited by rupees 30,000 because the account was settled worth rupees 30,000. Okay. Next transaction now. Received commission rupees 4,000. Here two accounts are involved. One is cash account and other is commission account. Cash is our asset, and as we are receiving commission, it will be our income. Here, as we receive rupees 4,000, our cash increases and our income also increases in that sense. So, now debit and credit. Increase in asset should be debited and increase in income should be credited. So, in this transaction, cash account will be debited by rupees 4,000 and commission account will be credited by rupees 4,000. Okay. Next transaction now. Paid electricity expenses rupees 2,500. Two accounts are involved. Electricity expenses account and cash account. So electricity expenses and cash. Now nature of account. Electricity expenses are our expenses and cash is our asset. Okay. Now effect. When we pay electricity expenses, our expenses increases and our cash, that is our asset, decreases. If there is increase in expenses, account should be debited by first rule, and if there is decrease in asset, account will be credited. So in this transaction, electricity expenses account will be debited by rupees 2,500 and cash account will be credited by rupees 2,500. Now next transaction. Withdrew for personal use rupees 5,000. In this transaction, the owner is withdrawing rupees 5,000 cash from business for his personal use, and amount withdrawn by the proprietor, that is owner, for personal use is named as drawings. So one account will be drawings account, and as he is withdrawing cash, second account will be cash account. So drawings and cash. Understood? Drawings account is capital, related to capital account, and cash is our asset. Now here when he withdraws cash rupees 5,000 for personal use, our capital will decrease and cash account, that is our asset, will also decrease. Okay. Now second rule for drawings account and first rule for cash account. Second rule says that if there is decrease in capital, account should be debited. First rule says that if there is decrease in asset, account should be credited. So in this transaction, Drawings account will be debited by rupees 5,000 and cash account will be credited by rupees 5,000. Understood? Now the next transaction. Sold goods to Ravi rupees 12,000. Here party's name is given and for cash words are not there. So this is a credit transaction. It means we are selling goods to Ravi worth rupees 12,000 on credit. Okay. So two accounts will be there. One account will be sales account and second account will be Ravi's account. We are selling goods to Ravi. So Ravi's account and sales account. Okay. So Ravi and sales. As we are selling goods to Ravi on credit, Ravi is our debtor. Amount is receivable from him. So it is our asset. Sales will be our income. Here when we sell goods to Ravi, our asset, that is debtors, increases and our income also increases. So first rule for asset, that is Ravi's account. When there is increase in asset, account should be debited. Second rule for sales account. When there is increase in income, account should be credited. So in this transaction, Ravi's account will be debited by rupees 12,000 and sales account will be credited for rupees 12,000. Okay. Now the next transaction. Paid telephone expenses rupees 2,000 by check. As we are making payment by check, one account will be bank account and one account will be telephone expenses account. So telephone expenses account and bank account. Telephone expenses account are our expenses and bank account is our asset because it is cash at bank. Okay. So bank balance it is. So it is our asset. Here when we make payment of telephone expenses, our expenses increases and our asset decreases because our bank balance will decrease when we make payment by check. Now first rule for expenses and first rule for asset. When there is increase in expenses, account should be debited, and when there is decrease in asset, expenses, etc., account will be credited. So in this transaction, telephone expenses account will be debited by rupees 2,000 and bank account will be credited by rupees 2,000. Next entry now. Ravi returned goods worth rupees 2,000 as they were defective. Here we have sold goods to Ravi rupees 12,000. Now he is returning goods worth rupees 2,000 as they were defective. So he is returning goods back to us. One account will be sales return account and second account will be Ravi's account. Okay. Now sales return, sales was our income and Ravi was our asset. See here. So Ravi was our asset. Here as he is returning goods, our income will reduce and our asset, that is amount receivable from Ravi, that is debtor, will also reduce. Second rule for sales return account and first rule for asset, that is Ravi's account. As there will be decrease in income, account should be debited, and if there is decrease in asset, account will be credited. So in this transaction, sales return account will be debited by rupees 2,000 and Ravi's account will be credited by rupees 2,000. Now the next transaction. Goods withdrawn for personal use rupees 500. It means the owner is withdrawing goods worth rupees 500 for his personal use. This will be the drawings of the owner. So one account will be drawings account and second account will be goods account, that is purchases account. याचा अर्थ आपण परचेस केलेल्या गुड्समधून ओनर विथड्रॉ करणार आहे गुड्स. ओके. When we purchase goods, we will keep it in stock. So we can also say as stock account. So here drawings account and stock account, or drawings account and purchases account. See, if we say stock account, that is stock of goods. Drawings is related to capital account and stock of goods is our asset. Here, as he is withdrawing goods for personal use, our capital will reduce and our asset will also reduce. Okay. Second rule for drawings account: if there is reduction in capital, account will be debited. First rule for asset: if there is reduction means decrease in asset, account will be credited. So here drawings account will be debited by rupees 500 and stock of goods, that is stock account, will be credited by rupees 500. Understood? Now purchased computer rupees 22,000. Here we are purchasing computer, so one account will be computer account and second account will be cash account. Purchases account will not be involved here. Purchases account will be involved only in case of purchase of goods. Okay. Here we are purchasing asset, that is computer. So one account will be computer account and second account will be cash account. Both are our assets. Okay. So here when we purchase computer, our this asset will increase in the business and our cash will reduce from the business. Okay, decrease from our cash. So we will use first rule: when there is increase in asset, account should be debited, and when there is decrease in asset, account will be credited. So in this transaction, computer account will be debited by rupees 22,000 and cash account will be credited by rupees 22,000. Understood? Now last two transactions. Next transaction: purchased chair for personal use rupees 1,500. Again in this transaction, owner is purchasing chair for personal use using cash from the business. So this is the drawings of owner. First account will be drawings account and second account will be cash account. He is withdrawing rupees 1,500 from business for purchasing a chair for his personal use. So it will be drawings from the point of view of the business. Drawings is related to capital and cash is our asset. Okay. By this drawing, capital will reduce and our cash also will reduce. By using second rule, if there is reduction, that is decrease in capital, account should be debited, and by using first rule, if there is decrease in asset, account will be credited. So in this transaction, drawings account will be debited by rupees 1,500 and cash account will be credited by rupees 1,500. Okay. And now today's last transaction: advertisement expenses paid rupees 10,000. First account will be advertisement expenses account and second account will be cash account. Advertisement expenses are our expenses and cash is our asset. Now when we pay advertisement expenses, our expenses will increase and our asset, that is cash, will decrease. we will use first rule for both the accounts. If there is increase in expenses, assets, etc., account will be debited, and if there is decrease, account will be credited. So in this transaction, advertisement expenses account will be debited by rupees 10,000 and cash account will be credited by rupees 10,000. Okay, that's all.